When it comes to governmental assistance in the United States, it's a hot button topic with Republicans and Democrats against one another. Now, one of the biggest issues involves something known as SNAP. Those are essentially food stamps for the less fortunate living in the US. And those people actually really live high off the hog. They get a whopping $29 a week to feed their families. So Republicans are outraged by that. Now, anyone who lives in this country knows that $29 a week is not much. And so a lot of celebrities are trying to raise awareness about how food stamps don't provide enough for families to eat healthy meals. Gwyneth Paltrow wanted to be part of that campaign. In fact, Mario Batali, who is a food chef, or of course he's a food chef, started something known as the Food Bank Challenge. And he encouraged Gwyneth Paltrow to get involved in this. So she took her $29 to a supermarket and she purchased what she would eat for an entire week. And then she took a picture of it and tweeted it out. So this is what $29 gets you at the grocery store, what families on SNAP, i.e. food stamps, have to live on for a week. Now, just to give you further information on that, it's only $1.38 per meal. Okay, so it's not a lot of money. And I like that she's raising awareness about this, but people are criticizing her for it. In fact, The Telegraph recently wrote an article saying that busy mothers can't live on lettuce, limes, and beans. But that's the point. She's trying to raise awareness about how that's just not enough money to buy enough food to feed a family or to feed yourself. Now, one Twitter user said the following: "It's so cool how celebs, Gwyneth Paltrow, can challenge themselves to live off a food stamp budget like it's a game or something." Now, I think people are being too harsh on her. I totally understand that in the past, Gwyneth Paltrow has been a little unbearable when it comes to lifestyle and diet and all of that. But when it comes to an issue like this, it really is important to raise awareness and let people know that those who need governmental assistance are not sitting at home being lazy and just living off government money. There are people that are really struggling. So I like that she took the time to do this.
Yeah.
Sandra, make your point.
Oh, man. People need to get off Gwyneth's back, okay? All right? I mean, yeah, there have been reasons to be annoyed with her in the past, but now it's like, oh, yeah, you Twitter people, you're the weird ones. She was just trying to help out. Also, I've tried to live really cheaply, and that's exactly how I ate. The thing that's missing nutritionally is a lot of oils and calorically dense foods there. And so that's like, yeah, peanut butter or some olive oil or something like that. But yeah, beans and rice, she's got it. That's protein, and there's eggs. Like, she did okay. So you guys, leave Gwyneth alone.
I love it. I totally agree with you. Christian, make your point.
Leave Gwyneth alone, please. No, I think this is great. I mean, if it raises awareness for people that are on food stamps getting the $29 a week that they're getting, which is crazy, and hunger around the world, I think it's a really good thing because this is a really big issue, especially us living in LA. We see it all the time walking down the streets. We see homeless people. We see people that are hungry, sometimes with kids. I mean, and it sucks. I mean, it really gets me down sometimes. I'm just seeing that because we're so fortunate. We get to eat every day. We have roofs over our head. So I'm pretty grateful for that. And just seeing that people, when they don't have that, it's pretty sad to see. So if this raises some good awareness around the world and kind of starts some changes, then I think it's a really good thing.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that Congress has voted on 2 different occasions recently to cut funding for food stamps. So they think that $29 is too much, which is unbelievable to me. So here's the personal question for this, and it's kind of a fun question. What kind of groceries would you buy for $30 to last you a week? Sandra?
Oh, well, I mean, this is actually aligned with me. The problem, though, is that if I were in that situation, I would probably not have a full kitchen available to me. So that's the problem, is how are you going to have the time or energy to cook something like that? And so, I mean, am I going to try a 7-Eleven microwave? So I'd probably just get a whole lot of just packaged food and chips and just like things that have a lot of calories in them, and then just like slowly get more malnourished over time.
That's what happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a really big issue. And so the obesity epidemic definitely has something to do with poverty, right? A lot of people can't afford healthy foods. Christian, you and I know what it's like to buy groceries that are healthy. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. It's not cheap.
So you answer the question. $30, what would you buy?
I think I'd stock up on as much bread and peanut butter and jelly as I could because I can live off that for the rest of my life. So, and I feel like it's got a lot of calories, got some protein in it, and I feel like I could live off that if I needed to, if I only had $29 a month. So I'd probably go with that, maybe some eggs in there.
Yeah, I I agree with you. I think PB&J is the best way to go. Peanut butter will last you a while. Bread, you buy a loaf of bread for hopefully like around $3. And then, I don't know, maybe I'd skip the jelly because it's not necessarily nutritious, but I would do things like that. And then produce isn't really as expensive as people think it is. So in that picture, I know it seemed like there wasn't a lot of produce there, and there really wasn't, but I think it's probably because she went and bought organic stuff that she didn't necessarily need to buy. We bought a huge bunch of kale the other day for $1.
That was a pretty good buy.
Yeah, carrots are really cheap.
Carrots are really cheap. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can buy some produce. I would do whatever I can to really eat a lot of beans, a lot of fruits and veggies that I can get on sale, and just try to make it work.
Yeah, but that's just us we're talking about. I mean, a lot of these people, like they said, have families. Like, how do you feed a family on $29 a month?
See, this is why Gwyneth
week,
Paltrow taking part in that campaign is important, because now we're having a discussion about it. But what do you think? Do you think that she actually did a good job in raising awareness, or are you rolling your eyes like many people on Twitter because of her attempts? Comment in the section below. Tell us what you think, and we'll see you soon.